Once considered a hero, war veteran William Connolly died in poverty and was buried in an unmarked grave here at Kirkdale Cemetery in his home city of Liverpool. He was awarded a Victoria Cross for his bravery during the Indian Mutiny, refusing to leave his post despite receiving 3 musket balls to the legs. Returning to Liverpool in 1859 and at a loose end, he stayed with relatives, in lodgings, and even spent time in a workhouse, forced to sell his Victoria Cross for £10 just to make ends meet. Now his heroics have finally been recognised in a rededication service 124 years after his death.
As we remember William Connolly, as we have this special service, and as we also continue to remember prayers and thoughts for peace and reconciliation in our current world.
This is a man who had a brief moment of glory, I suppose, over 150 years ago, and since then has faded into the dim and distant past. Nobody ever speaks of him, I don't think. A man who was so brave that he was one of the very few and one of the very first to be awarded the highest award for gallantry, which is the Victoria Cross. We've now established where his grave is, and this is it. And today we put right what should have been done a long, long time ago.
I think it's important for William Connolly to be actually remembered, the role that he played. He is a son of Liverpool, and I think there's a danger that we can quite quickly forget that William Connolly is this world, and I think he deserves the recognition and prolonged recognition as well.
Obviously the act that William carried out, which is detailed in the scroll here, it's an amazing feat for an individual to do. So it's great to see that the services are recognised for the effort that people have put in and the sacrifice that people have actually made ultimately for the good of the country.
Although William's story took place well over a century ago, there are shocking similarities between aspects of his life and those still experienced by war veterans to this day. Help the Heroes estimate that as many as 1 in 4 British service personnel could have been left wounded, sick or psychologically harmed following campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Obviously the fact that he ended up homeless, that's quite a big thing with ex-soldiers and seamen these days. And there are a lot of service charities who are investing in the homeless veterans, and it's something that needs to be done. People need to be looked after for the service that they've paid to their country, so it's nice to see that recognised again.
Every time I go through a cemetery and I look at those, I remember of not only those who were killed in those days, but the ones who are giving their lives now and in fact risking their lives now. And I think it's just essential that we keep this memory going, if you like. It's not just for me, not just for our generation. It's got to be for future generations as well. And the more we do things like this, the more chance there is of people in another 100 years' time asking, what was that about? What was that about? And that's relevant.
Liverpool City Council are still looking for his descendants to come forward, in the hope that a local hero can truly receive the recognition he so deserved. Theo Browne reporting for Bay TV News.